plan today. We are going to St Michael's Mount because we had to wait for my injections to arrive, which they've just been delivered, and it was like pretty much at midlivers day. We're like, great, typical. John, we're going to then get the train to meet us, but I thought, you know what, he's only got like these today and tomorrow, and then he'll be back, so might as well make most of it. So we're going to go to Travasi, pick your own farm, and we're going to get some bits and just have more of a chilled day. So I'll show you what I got yesterday in Falmouth. So I went into the dog, like the pet shop, like dog treat shop, which I go in every time we've been here with the dogs in Falmouth. I got them some fish crunches with added charcoal. I got some fruit stars, some big chuck-it balls for Doug, because we'll be able to play when, like, in the winter, like, in the back. Some small ones for Ralph. And then I got this Donald Trump dog toy. They had they had Prince Harry, Meghan, Rachel Reeves, Vladimir Putin. Yeah, they had the main crowd. So we had to just get the Donald. Got to be done. Then I got some of these style sandals, which they're not the most attractive, but I had some. These are from Fat Face. They're in the sale as well, I think. Oh, I don't know, the tag isn't on it. I've got the receipt though. Oh no, I didn't get them from Fat Face. I don't know where. Oh, I got them from Weird Fish. $17.50, which I thought were good. John got 2 t-shirts from Fat Face, which were in the sale at £16 each, so 32 quid, which I'll show you those in a tick. But those, I had some this style when I went to Alicante to have my transfer with Thomas, and I bought some and I've just wrecked them. So 2 years later, they are the comfiest style sandal, and I thought, you know what, they're not the most attractive, but comfort and all that. I'll show you the t-shirts, what John's got. He's got this style. He loves Fat Face and Weird Fish, Salt Rock. Quite a thick t-shirt that, to be fair, but yeah, that's quite nice. And then the back is like that. So they're really nice. They last ages, like this style, but this from Fat Face and Salt Rock and all that. But Weird Fish, these Weird Fish, did I say? But yeah, that was what we bought yesterday, and I'll take you to Travasi Farm. into the cafe at Travasi farm. The cakes look amazing. They're not too badly priced, you know. They're about, I want to say £4 or £5 to take away, or if you can have it in. But these are, they just look amazing. We didn't end up having any in the end. We just ended up having all our fruit later on in the day and some ice cream. Oh my God. But when you're hungry, you just fancy all that. I ended up getting like a New York deli style sandwich. It's not cheap at all in this cafe. Them chips were incredible. It came to like well over £100 for all of us. And then my niece wanted to go back and quickly look at the animals. So we went, and these little beauties, these are the cutest sheep. Look. I just, like, look at the little face. I don't even know what type of sheep these are, but they are beautiful. Good morning, everyone. We are just heading into Truro before heading to St Michael's Mount. Look how gorgeous the weather is. How beautiful. I love an English countryside. I really, really miss the view of an English countryside. I just think it's beautiful. We are heading to Bread and Butter for some pancakes. But guess what? It was closed. It shut down. Gutted. I'm saying gutted, but my parents and my sister said like the pancakes are amazing, and so annoying. Very annoying. So we went to another place. Really, really nice. Loved the vibe here. It was carnage this morning. But yeah, it was gorgeous. I had the Avo. No, I didn't. I had the Eggs Benedict. But how cute is that car? Got to St Michael's Mount, and we ended up seeing some wildfires in the distance. Oh, it was so sad. We weren't there when we got there, and then we just started seeing all this smoke. It was like round about that area where it's on now. The water was so warm. Not Dubai warm, but it was nice and warm for an English coastline. It was lovely. I loved that. And my sister brought her paddle boards down, so the kids went on that, and that were really cool. It was such a nice day. John's heading home today, which is a shame. Loved having him over. Absolutely loved it. We had a little walk to St Michael's Mount. You have to pay to get on it. So you can walk up to it, but then they do stop you. And when we was walking, the tide was coming in, so parts of it were starting to like come over certain pathways, and especially when we were walking back, people, like, I don't understand people, like, why they mess around, like, in it. They thought, oh, it's really good, it's like, oh, look, the water's coming over. Well, it's dangerous. Like, the pathway's not as wide, like, not that wide. It ended up being heaving walking over there, absolutely heaving. I think if we end up going to Cornwall again, like, I'd probably pay to go up into, well, it's like a castle church, and I'll probably do that next time. It's just, I didn't realise you had to pay to go in it, to be fair, or even look around the grounds, but it was quite cool. I just wanted to like walk over like the pathway, and it was so busy. And then, like I said, the water was coming over. And when we were walking back, it was crazy. There were a good patch where it was like full of water and you had to like traipse through it. So then you could see all the boats having to come and collect people. They're absolute, well, I don't really want to say, idiots. Like, I don't understand why they do it. I get it, like, if you just timed it wrong, but, yeah. People are very frustrating, aren't they? Very frustrating. But it was a beautiful view. Beautiful out there. It was so weird. And then by the time we walked back to everybody on the beach, the entire pathway was completely covered. And that's how quick it took us 10 minutes to walk back to where we were, and the entire pathway was covered. By that point, you could just see all the boats. It's such a long walk as well. It was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous day. I got a right tan, better tan than I did in Dubai. We're just heading back to Newquay Airport. So John's doing Newquay, Dublin, Dubai. It's like the tiniest airport in the world. Absolutely crazy. No pay you don't have to pay for drop off, which is good, because I know airports are a rip off with that, aren't they? Like paying for dropping off. It was a cute little airport. I was so glad he was able to spend some extra days with us. We'd really missed him. And it's sad, but just a couple of weeks and we'll be back together. But look how small it is, like it's just teeny tiny. I'd like to know what the smallest airport is actually in the UK. If anyone knows, let me know. So I got John to do a little bit of filming for me as well. I'm like, let me see your journey. So he flew Aer Lingus to Dublin, and then he flew with Emirates back to Dubai. But this is little footage he sent me, and then he got upgraded. He flew back standby business class, and this is his little business class trip. Lucky guy, very lucky. And he was just filling me in all the way. I was like, lovely. That's really good for you. I'm glad. And I'll be travelling back economy with a 2-year-old. But I'll show you what he got served on board Emirates. The Cornish seal sanctuary. I don't think we're just going to have a last chill day, but we are just going to do this and then go into Truro and do a little bit of shopping. So we'll see how this is. Doesn't look very big. It does say online that you can spend about 3-4 hours here, but I don't see that somehow. But I'll show you. actually really good here, you know, like really good. You know what I was saying to my mum, like, what was the film I liked when I were a kid, what I used to love? And then I was like, so I asked my sister because she couldn't remember, my mum. And then it's Andre. Can you remember the film Andre, where the little girl like rescued a seal or had a pet seal? I'm so going to watch that when I get back home. But yeah, loved it. It's really cool here. Been here. I didn't think it was going to be that big, but it's deceiving from the front. Absolutely, but it's really good. Kids are loving it. We just had an ice cream. I've had bubble gum, as I always do. If they don't have bubble gum, I usually have mint choc chip. I'm such a kid. I love bubble gum. Oh, could eat another. But yeah, it's so hot. Absolutely love it. This makes me happy. I'll continue showing you around, but so far, so good. We just come into this little play area for the kids to burn off some steam before we go, but I've actually quite enjoyed it here. So we've just finished, so we've actually been here 2 hours, which I did think would probably be, I thought probably be like an hour and a half, but 2 hours is good, and we did stop for an ice cream, but it wasn't bad that. I think it was like £17 for an adult. Really good, nice day out. And then if you keep your receipt, you've got an annual pass, you can go in then for the year, so which is good. We're just going to go into Truro for a little bit of lunch and a little shop. Hi everyone, we are on our way home from Cornwall, but how gorgeous is this sunset? Absolutely beautiful. You know when the camera doesn't do it justice either. It was so beautiful. The drive wasn't, but the sunset was. Morning everyone, and happy Monday. Me and my two sisters are going to York, just us three. It's a belated 40th birthday and we're gonna make a ring. How cool is that? That's not until later today, and then we're going to Betty's tea room. Not been there. Heard good things about it, so we're gonna go there. I don't think I've filmed anything over the weekend, not done really anything at all. Saturday we had a pure chill day. The kids weren't like mental because they're just being cooped up. It took us 11 and a half hours to get back from Cornwall. Just stop, start. There was just no need. There was not an accident. There was no roadworks. It's just people hogging the middle lane, and then it took forever. I just couldn't believe it. The first time we were like, it said 6:30. We're like, are you joking? This was before we even stopped off, and we're like, are you actually joking? Me and my sister were like, oh no. And then we stopped off, and then we had to stop off again, and yeah, 9 o'clock at night, and we'd set off at 10. Yeah, something like that. I think we got back about 20 past 9. Oh, it was awful. Just a pure day wasted. But you know what? It don't matter. Well, it does, but it don't. We went down for a good cause. No, it was just amazing in Cornwall. Absolutely stunning. So beautiful. Like, I still can't get over how gorgeous my sister's wedding was. Just so rustic, and I just love that every single bit of it were outside. Just amazing. And I'll keep going on about it because it was amazing. And I could just eat the barbecue again. But anyway, so Saturday didn't film anything. Just caught up on washing and ironing. And then yesterday, Sunday, we went to my nana's. So saw my nana, my auntie, my cousin. So that was really, really nice. Went to see them. And then, like say, today we're going to York. Oh, love York. It's so beautiful. So I can't wait to show you York. I cannot wait. And the ring making will be cool. I wonder if we're going to get matchy rings. Sister. But yeah, I'll take you along. We're going to do park and ride. We were going to do the train, but I'm like, I hate waiting for trains. At least, I know you'll be waiting for the bus to get to park and ride, but I'd much prefer I just can get on. Especially when you miss a train and you've got to wait ages. Ugh. So yeah, very nice. I'm going to have to double denim today. I've got my jeans on. And I've got this. I'm going to put a t-shirt on, but we're boiling. And it's a bit funny, like it's too... I feel like it's too warm for a coat, but too cold not to have one. Typical British weather, doesn't know what to do when it's trying to rain. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm really, really excited to do something with both my sisters. Like I said, my sister who got married in Cornwall, she lives in Cornwall. She drove up Saturday, and she did her friend's baby shower yesterday, who was the maid of honour as well. So she did that yesterday, and then she goes back down tomorrow. I've got a scan tomorrow, and we've got quite a few bits this week, or a couple of bits, but yeah, take you along. We've just got to York. We did the park and ride. It was only £4 each, which is pretty decent. The weather is quite cool. My footwear, I have not been great this time. I've got 3 pair of flip-flops, sandals, and a pair of Skechers trainers, which goes with 0 things I have got with me. Well, apart from me cycling shorts, but yeah, I had flip-flops on, jeans, a sleeveless top, and a raincoat. I didn't look the best, and it was really cold, and it started raining, but we still had such a lovely, lovely time. York is so beautiful. I feel like I see it in a different light every time I've been, and I always seem to come in it a different way, and I just love York. It's so beautiful. I don't know why we never did York as much before when we lived out here, probably because it's too far but from where we were, but it's so beautiful. We was going to go to Betty's, but the queue was huge. Then we were looking at the Ivy. We didn't fancy anything on there, so we had a little mooch round. How cute is this area though? So cute. And then people are like singing, and yeah, really cute. We have just come to Cafe Mazzarella. We were going to go to the Ivy, but there were nothing on the menu that we fancied. We were going to originally go to Betty's Tea Room for afternoon tea. £45 each it is for afternoon tea there. So I'm like, I can't pay that. So we thought, right, we'll just go in for a cuppa. The queue is massive. Huge. So we might pop in if we'll keep having an eye, see how big the queue is, but it's huge at the minute, maybe because it's like lunchtime. So we'll see if there's like just coffee and cake later on. It's the weather. I know I'm going on about the weather, and I do hate weather banter, and so does many other people. But it's too cold to not have a jacket on, but it's too hot to have a jacket on. I've got my raincoat. Does not look great, but it is what it is. So we're just going to order that, and then we'll have a mooch around and do a bit of shopping. We're just walking towards the Shambles. We didn't really know where we were going to start off with. Then we saw a sign. There was this market on, which was really cute. We didn't look around it all, but there was so much like homemade things. These, like, they had little mushrooms in. They're so cute. I love anything like this. I wouldn't buy it, but I love it. I like seeing it. We're just heading now to, I was going to say Diagon Alley then. It's just because it's compared to Diagon Alley. Oh God, right mouthful that for me. Yeah, it's compared to Diagon Alley. God, more I say it, more it doesn't sound right. But anyway, we used to come here on school trips when I was in primary school and learning about the history of it, and I really enjoy history. I wish I'd done more with history, but it's so cute. It was rammed at this time of day. It was just after lunch, and I always remember learning from school that the streets were designed like the street, like the floor is so narrow and it's designed for sewage. Look, and it has like it's like funneled, so then sewage can run through it. And the buildings above, the upper floors were designed to overhang, and there's a part where you can actually touch, you'd be able to reach to each other across the street, but you'd be able to see, you can see like big like meat hooks in certain window shops, like from back in the day. And the overhang at the top, the upper floors, are designed to block out the light and to keep the meat cool. And then once a week, I think it was, where the butchers had like drain all the offal and guts all down there. Like, how grim is that? But needs must, eh? They were a Viking store. Love anything to do with Vikings. Little guilty pleasure is learning about Vikings. Who knew, eh? I'm that type of gal. There was so much merch you could buy. A lot of London things as well, which I found pretty bizarre. A lot of London things. But there was some really cool stuff. I was like, do I get a magnet? And I'm like, no. I know I'm a tourist now, but I'm not buying a magnet, and I'm not buying a mug. And I was going to buy a bauble, which I'll show you the Christmas shop shortly. But yeah. Look at the Big Ben and the Queen. And yeah, I just found that pretty odd. But yeah, I just think it's so cool how the buildings are in, like, they look pretty much the same. So cool. But it's full of like little craft shops, boutiques. It's just very medieval and just a cute, narrow street. We saw it later on when we finished our ring making, and it was dead. But I just love the crookedness of it all. So coming into this Christmas shop, because I cannot resist a Christmas shop, I was going to buy one or two. I was going to send a picture to John and say, oh, do you like this? Like, I love them. I loved all the collection on that row. Love that. And then I thought, shall I send a picture to John and him be like, oh, if you want one, get one. But then I'm like, go to Disney soon. I'll be wanting my money for then. And I want a bauble then. And if I don't buy one now, I'll look better for not buying one now, and I can buy one in America. Just come into this gin shop as my sister wanted a gift for a friend, and the woman was like, would you like to try some? And she's like, yeah. She put measuring cup. That little cup you saw then was pretty much all gin. I was like, oh my God, that's well strong. And then we tried some more a little bit later on, and a different woman poured it, and it was literally like not even a thimble full. But my God, it was strong. My sister were also telling me we'd gone into Marx's, and she told us to get these custard creams, chocolate coated custard creams. And I was like, not at that price. I'm not £3 odd for 6 biscuits. No thanks. I don't care how good they are. And yeah, bonkers. I did get some Percy Pig, like Jammy Dodger style, and then I ended up getting some Percy Pigs. I was like, I'm not paying out for sweets, and oh, I bought sweets, didn't I? So I bought some Percy Pigs and the reverse ones. Oh, like, I hadn't tried those. We've got some of the tails at home, but I ended up spending a little bit, didn't I, on Percy Pigs. Blow my neck. My sister got a load, and yeah, we literally just inhaled them. But I love Marx's stuff. Just my hips don't like the calories what they provide. We've just come into Flying Tiger. There is some really, really cool stuff in here. Always have to look at mugs. And like, I really wanted the ghost and the pumpkin. So cute. Loved this range, the blue and white. I'm always drawn to blue, always drawn to green as well. Some really cool stuff. Really cool. Can't really put my finger on what it is, but there's all like Halloween sweets and things. But I love it. I love it. If I could take it all home, I would. John will be glad that I couldn't take it home, like. But yeah, it's a really cool shop. So we've come to Betty's tea room. The queue, there were like 4 people, and then next minute were like just 1, and then us. So we had a quick look at the menu while I was in the queue, and it started to rain, so we timed it perfectly. They sat us by the window, which everyone were queuing up, and they were like looking at what we were getting. It was dead funny, and then kids were just there like gawping in. But yeah, really glad that we managed to get in, because I've never been to Betty's. I know there's one at Harrogate, and I know there's one here. Didn't pay for the afternoon tea. We just wanted tea and, well, a drink and cake. I got a coffee, because I just couldn't stop yawning. I was absolutely shattered. The prices weren't as bad as I thought. I just thought the afternoon tea were, well, I just think you pay off odds for an afternoon tea. I really, really do. You're just paying for experience, aren't you? But there were loads and loads and loads to choose from. Like, they, online, I don't understand. They didn't give you the option of these cheaper prices at the £32. The one they offered were like £45. But I got a coffee. My God, it was strong. Very strong. My sister got a lemonade. And me and my other sister got the same. We got a custard slice, and my sister got some, like a lemon tart. And the shop had some really, really nice gifts. But yeah, again, you're just paying over odds for it, aren't you? Like 36 quid. Don't think so. And the guy were like, would you like anything? No, just filming, love. But yeah, so no, it's really cute. Like, if you wanted to just get something like a little gift or to make a present up, it is really cute. I'm just tight with stuff like that. It's not Disney money, is it? So I'm tight when it's not Disney money. Or also, because it were raining, we dragged it out. We was in there so long, and they were like, would you like anything else? And we're like, no, because we were like, what do we do now? Well, we're waiting for the ring making, and we dragged it out that long. Then we're like, I said, oh, I'll have a look at the menu, see if I want another drink. I had a look. Oh no, I'm good, thank you. Perfect timing. And so we went to the cathedral, went to find where the ring making was, which was down this street. And then we thought, right, and the cathedral was at the end. And it's a shame because it were all under construction. I can't wait to tell you about the ring making. the ring shop to make us ring. This is for a belated 40th. What a deal. I am just rubbish. Never hire me as a jeweller. So you pick your style ring. You pick a thin band, medium or thickness. It's pretty much what you can see there. You have about a selection of 15 designs. So she gives me one. I'm hammering away, look. And I'm like, I'm nailing this. Basically, I'd made it 6 sizes too big. And it ended up nearly down at the bottom of that hole. She gave me another one. It ended up like a cone. She gave me a third piece of metal. It was just wavy and big. She couldn't make it any smaller. So I'm like, for God's sake, like, I just don't understand. And they said that no one could mess it up. Well, clearly they haven't met me. She ended up doing it for me on the 4th go. And to be honest, she should have just done it a little bit harder because it's a bit tight on me now. And so basically what I made, you could have pretty much used it as a bracelet. Then you polish it up. You get your little file, which I'll show you in a minute, and you like buff it up, you polish it, and then you get like another, you change the head, you get a polished thing and you polish it up. You can have it shiny, dull or sparkle, and we all chose shiny. And I was so scared of, like, I thought, God, I'm going to mess this up. You get a little tea, Japanese tea and little Kit Kat. So that's my sister, like, polishing it up. So 4th time lucky, I had my ring. We ran over as time as well. So this is now Wednesday. We have come to Sundown Adventureland. The weather held off so good, and it bucketed down later on when we got to the car. And I started talking before, and when I've come to put the clip on, my voice, like, yet again, like, my mic wasn't working. I'm like, it must be a dead spot or something. But I just thought I'd show you some other bits, what I've not shown you when we went in May. I really love it here. It's so cute, whimsical. Yeah, there's parts like what's a bit run down, but you know what? It was really busy, and the kids absolutely love it here. Absolutely love it. They just run and run and run and run. Also, what was cute in this area, this is one of my little favourite areas. I can't get the song, like the noise of the chickens out of my head. I won't put you through it. But yeah, there's a button you press and all this smoke comes out of a car. And Thomas were like, I'll save you, Mama. And he came running to me and pulled me out of all the smoke. I'll save you, Mama. And he just kept pulling me out, bless him. I'm like, it took me by surprise. Look, this little bit of smoke here. But more you pressed it, more like smoke came out, and it was dead thick, but a bit too thick to be fair. But yeah, he loves it. It's just ace. Even the rides are like nothing. But you know what? Something so little, like, kids just love more, don't they? Like, it's just really cute. And it is based for like under 10s, and I think it's just like a perfect age. They appreciate it. Look at these ones here, look at these pirates. this treasure? Look, it's come.
Hello, I'm Private Friend. I told you about readventures at sea, really? Here's a little tender for you. It was on the good ship Venus once a long time ago. We were lost at sea for ages and supplies were getting low. The crew were getting anxious and on a winning day. When something someone said, "Land up."
Hi everyone, we are end of the week. What have I done this morning? I've dropped Thomas off at John's mum and dad's. They've had him for a few hours and I just had to run some errands and do some bits and pieces. It's been so weird not having him around. My sister leaves today. Well, I'm saying leaves. She's staying in a hotel at Manchester Airport because she's got an early flight back to Vancouver tomorrow. I think she's going via Montreal. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what the plans are, but we are going to Alicante next week. Can't believe it. I've started the cyclogest last night, and then it's twice a day today, and then an antibiotic I've had to start. So I'm on Prognova, cyclogest, Meclexane, and doxycycline. I am shattered. The injection this morning was so painful, like it must have been some bruised tissue underneath. Oh my god, I could barely get the needle in. But I mean, I'm going to wrap it up. It is quite a long vlog, and I know I don't like doing the long vlogs, but yeah, it's been a long week. Busy week, very busy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed part 2 of Cornwall and the rest of my time in the UK, especially in York. Loved York. And if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe and comment as always. I would love to hear from you, and have a great weekend.